likely today, high 60. 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, low 57. 30% chance tomorrow, high 80. For Friday, a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 75. The outlook for Saturday and Sunday, showers, possibly a thunderstorm both days, highs in the mid to upper 70s both days. Overnight low 47, yesterday's high 58. We've had an 8/100ths of an inch of rainfall overnight. Currently, humidity at 100%, winds from the east at 7 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.22. Right now, overcast skies, we've got 48 at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
K-O.
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 K-O. K-O.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, that's Mark Turner, Mike Dreeth here. And it's KO Wednesday. Ken Odie here, fresh from a exciting city council meeting last night. But boy, do we have so much to talk about.
Everybody just take a cleansing breath.
It's been an extremely busy 24 hours in Fairfield,
to say the least. 4 new cases at Aperion. One lady that just walked off the street in her 30s that tested positive.
and now the first 2 cases in Edwards County.
But they were tested here. No connection to the Aperion positives, we're told. You have to wonder now. The first thing I thought of when I heard this, and Ken, I don't know if I'm out of line, but if you remember,
If you are, someone will tell you.
don't worry. Everybody lines up to tell me when I'm wrong. I wonder if this revisits the
Everybody
situation.
lines up to tell him he's out of line.
I wonder if this revisits Clark Griffith and the state's attorney when it comes to whether or not there's a clear and present danger. I wonder.
I would sure think so.
I wonder.
That's my opinion. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome, of course, throughout the show. This is always, you have an opportunity to be
It's
a
an
part
open
of it.
forum for you if you want to join us.
Also, great video we posted this morning. Thank you to Donna Masterson, the county treasurer, who apparently looked out her front door and saw a ball of fire last night. A fire that was over on 308 Southeast 7th Street. You said you
it's
saw
my
it and heard
neighbors
it.
over there. Hey, everybody got out.
Say
No
it's a bad-
firefighters
It's
injured.
a bad deal.
It's a-
Nobody was hurt, though.
Stuff can be replaced.
They say the residence was occupied by Lucas Carey and 2 other unnamed individuals, State Fire Marshal and the Fairfield PD handling the fire investigation. That was right after midnight, right?
Just, I think, right about 1 o'clock.
About 1
wasn't it?
o'clock.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Firefighters there, nobody injured. They were there until 4:43 this morning.
Man.
So,
And if that wasn't enough, the city council is coming up. Had a meeting last night, and they're going to come up with some money for some local businesses to help them through this.
$1,000 for each applicant. They had
Wow.
38 applicants and
That's
one
great.
outstanding, and they allotted $40,000, and they're calling this phase 1, which I think possibly leaves the door open for additional assistance.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this revolving loan money, and I think it's over $200,000. It's time to use it. I applaud their efforts. It was unanimous, and I think it's great.
That's great for local businesses.
You betcha.
it helps.
It helps.
I'm sure it does.
helps.
By the way, a great history mystery this morning with Dave Land.
It was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
If you missed it,
I remember when that happened.
a lady in a demolition derby car didn't realize that the car had been infested by wasps,
The
right?
powder puff derby. They don't even do those anymore, do they?
I don't know. Do
I
they?
think so.
Anyway, after a few bangs, the insects emerged and got in her uniform and stung her 15 times before she could get to the hospital.
She
Thank
was
goodness.
allergic to them.
Thank goodness those weren't the hornets that are out in Washington
Murder
State now.
hornets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. By the way, I've seen the mystery lady. I got in trouble yesterday because of my My comments about the fact that whether she had teeth or not, okay.
So
And
she does have?
totally inappropriate. Not only this picture that I saw, a very fetching woman, age appropriate to Rig. Actually, she looks a little younger because nobody could be.
Now,
look
was
that
it
good at
someone else
71.
with Angie Dickinson's head photoshopped on it?
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
I think it's real. Man, we'll have more. Well, today we're so busy, but we will have more clues. And I'm announcing we're gonna find out who the mystery woman is next Monday here on the big show. We've been talking about it quite a bit. Last night,
Will it be the question? The big question is, will it be over with by then?
ooh, that stings, as we say.
That
in
stings
the-
worse than a demolition derby.
It does.
Hornet.
In Madison County, my native county, which has always been a Democratic stronghold, last night they voted to open up business. The county board.
That's big.
I couldn't believe it.
And honestly, just about if it's not every county south of I-64, it's
Oh,
75% of them at
I was
least.
stunned.
Let me pose a question.
yeah.
If the election were held today, and this is, I can't, between J.B. Pritzker and Bruce Rauner,
Oh, that might be different now.
Nick Wood? I don't know.
I think it would.
Yeah, because I don't think the stronghold Democratic places are happy about this either.
You know,
Well, I mean,
you go
you
through
look
all
at-
this, and then you see a photo yesterday in Chicago of the Chicago Fire Department graduating 95 new firefighters, and they're having a graduation ceremony, and there's Lori Lightfoot pinning each firefighter.
How'd she get that close?
And we
Both had
can't.
masks on.
And we
But
can't have a
we can't have
graduation.
graduation.
No, we
You
can't.
know, things like that and the haircut thing, it just pours salt into the wound of people. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I mean, the aesthetics of it and the visual impact of it is not good.
No. One other thing. I just got to say this. How dare you call me a snob this morning? I'm looking right at you, Turner.
Well, yeah.
I'm looking right at you.
But he said coffee snob.
You are a coffee snob.
I am. I've become addicted to Highlander grog, and they're out. There's no grog in town. I'm going to have to drink some.
You may just be giving up coffee for a couple
No,
of days.
no. I'll be drinking
Get
some
go cut some branches off your chicory tree.
some cheap breakfast blend from somewhere. It's not
Coffee snob.
I just,
I'll just
I
say
have-
it again.
I have this in my hand right here.
The bucket of bunk. The bucket of bunk.
It's the bucket of bunk.
Boy, he can hit that line. Harvey Keitel was born on this date. He's 81 years old today.
I like him as an actor.
Man, he's been in some interesting movies.
He
Yes.
was in Pulp Fiction, wasn't he?
He was in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I've got the list in front of me here, so I mean, I could tell you whether or not you're right or not. I will say this. His whole career changed when he met Quentin Tarantino and did Reservoir Dogs.
Uh-huh.
But he was also in, I don't know if you remember this, he was in The Last Temptation of Christ.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he was. He was in Bugsy in 1991.
He always seems to play a gangster type.
Pulp Fiction. Let's see if there's any others. The Irishman, just recently, just in the last year, 2019.
Yeah.
He played in that. We've got a call coming in? No. Okay. Keitel starred in Reservoir Dogs in 1992. He was also a co-producer of that.
Really? I didn't know
movie.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie.
He was in a long-term relationship, personally, with actress Lorraine Bracco. You know who I'm talking
From The
about?
Sopranos?
Yes, 1982 to 1993. But that relationship ended acrimoniously. That's a nice word for this morning, isn't it? Acrimoniously. Included a prolonged custody battle over their daughter. He's had 3 wives and 5 kids. Richie Valens was born on this date. He died at the tender age of 17 in 1959 on
The day the music
The
died.
day the music died. That's right. Several hits, most notably
La Bamba.
La Bamba,
Made a movie about it.
which had been adapted from a Mexican folk song. He turned it into a hit in 1958. And, the story of his death is interesting, I've always found. They just completed a performance, he and a group of performers, including Buddy Holly and the
Big
Big Bopper, in Clear Lake, Iowa. Ended around midnight. So Holly and Richardson and Valens, Richardson being the Big Bopper, flew out of Mason County Airport in a small plane that Holly had chartered. Valens was on the planes because he won a coin toss with Holly's backup guitarist, Tommy Alsep.
Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on there also.
Yep, gave up his seat to the Big Bopper.
Waylon Jennings voluntarily gave up his seat to J.P. Richardson, the Big Bopper. You're right. And that's because the Big Bopper was ill with flu. That's the reason why Waylon gave up his seat. 3-passenger Beechcraft Bonanza departed for Fargo. It crashed a few minutes later. Nobody knows why.
Interesting YouTube video out right now about the Big Bopper. His family requested an additional autopsy, that the body be
Exhumed.
exhumed.
Yeah.
And this autopsy, they found a gun at the crash site that belonged to Buddy Holly.
Really?
And there was only like 4 bullets. It was a revolver and there were only four bullets in it. And the Big Bopper was the only person that exited the aircraft. Everyone else was still in the wreckage. His body was found away from the area of the initial
So
impact.
they think he might have been alive
So they thought
and then crawled away.
yeah, and they didn't want to know. They wanted to know if he'd been shot. So they did a total X-ray of it, and it's an interesting sight of a photo of his son, who looks just like him, looking at his dad in his casket.
Son of a
It's
gun.
kind of, and the doctor said, he goes, literally every bone in his body was broken. There is no way he crawled and he wasn't shot. So
That's
it's an
interesting.
interesting video.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder is 70 years old. Little Stevie Wonder.
Little Stevie Wonder. Yeah.
70 years old today. His real name is Steve Land Hardaway Judkin. That was his birth name.
Wow.
He was blind since shortly after his birth. Child prodigy, known as Little Stevie Wonder. He got a contract from Motown.
He was like 12, wasn't he?
11.
11.
Years old. He's won 25 Grammy Awards, making him one of the most decorated artists of all time. He's won Academy Award for Best Original Song, the 1984 film The Woman in Red. He's also been married 3 times. Now here's the interesting. Here's your money fact about Stevie Wonder.
All right.
He's got 9 children by 5 different women, some of which he didn't choose to marry.
Uh-huh.
He has many heirs.
Were he and Wilt Chamberlain friends?
They probably pass numbers to each other. He's also got I just told you that Stevie's 70.
Yeah.
He's got a 6-year-old daughter.
6?
Yeah. Yeah.
Geezer alert.
Man. Stevie is the man.
Yeah. On this date, May 13th, 1865, the last land engagement of the American Civil War. Guess where that occurred?
Last land engagement?
Yes. It was over a month after Robert E. Lee surrendered at
It was in
Appomattox.
Missouri, wasn't it?
Nope.
No?
Southern Texas.
Really?
Southern Texas is the last engagement. It took that long for somebody to run up and say, "Hey, we're not fighting anymore. Stop."
Cut.
Yeah.
Somebody's running out while the two sides are charging each other. Wait.
Stop!
Oh, here's something that's important to you and me, Mark. 1897. Somebody sent the world's first wireless communication over open sea. Marconi was his name.
77?
1897.
Oh, 97. Okay, I was going to say, I thought
It's the
77 was
first
a bit
really
early.
radio transmission. 1911, the New York Giants set a Major League Baseball record. 10 runners crossed home plate before the first out in the game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Not a good day.
Nope.
1940, Winston Churchill became, on this date, he did his first speech as the Prime Minister of Britain.
Is that the we'll fight on the land, we'll fight on the sea, we'll fight them in the fields?
I'm not sure, but it probably sounds like that would have been one of his first speeches.
And then he led the cheer. Rah, rah, ree, kick him in the knee. Rah, 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 kick him in the
I thought you said
knee.
rah, rah, ruts, and I was afraid where you were going with that. 1967, Mickey Mantle hit his 500th home run on this day. Here's one that
What if he would have played longer?
and stopped drinking?
Yeah.
What if his liver would have survived longer than he did?
He was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
He really was. And he was playing hungover a lot, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's one I just don't understand. Aren't you a Cub fan?
Yes.
In 1982, the Chicago Cubs became the first Major League Baseball team to win 8,000 games. Does that make sense to you?
Well, back before
Well, they've been
you
around
know,
a
back
long
before
time.
the 50s, they were pretty darn good.
Was it Chance, Evers, and Tinker? Wasn't that the double play back in the 20s or whatever? Anyway, music news, music history. Elvis Presley's performance at Jacksonville, Florida became one of the first Presley shows in which a riot ensued on this date in 1955. In 1958, Jerry Lee Lewis was granted a divorce from his second wife 6 months after marrying his third wife.
What you going to say is second cousin.
Jerry Lee, you gotta love the killer. He had style. The Beatles' film Let It Be premiered in New York in 1970 and 1977. Here's one. Linda Ronstadt. Excuse me. I thought she was an attractive
Oh, yeah.
woman, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
In 1977, she denied reports saying that she had been offered $1 million to be photographed nude for Hustler magazine.
Okay.
That'd be a hard one to pass up. But hey, if you can scratch off a ticket and get $1 million, why should you disrobe, right?
You know when she got started, you know who her band was?
Yeah, it was the
Like,
Eagles, right?
The
Two
parts of the
members,
Eagles.
yeah.
Fry
members.
and
Henley.
Henley, yeah.
She can no longer sing. Her voice has.
Isn't that a shame? Yeah.
Saw her interviewed recently.
She's got some sort of disease, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. Boy, did you hit gold with this question. This might be the best question Odie's ever had.
Maybe the best question any of us have ever had.
Over 500 votes. My goodness, over 3,500 people saw this. The Carnaby Square question of the day provided by Ken Odie. If an FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine shot became available tomorrow, would you take it? And you'll be fascinated by the answers here. Stay right here on Morning Coffee, and you can join us if you want to. We'd love to talk more to you later. No, stay here. We'll be back.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused.
Uniquely Rustique would like to thank all of their customers for their continued support. They are covered up with Memorial Day flowers. Stop by for ready-made arrangements or get flowers and supplies to make your own. All cards are 45 cents each. Now is the perfect time to send cards to the special people in your life. They are open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 3. Curbside pickup and delivery available. Call 842-3544. Shop Uniquely Rustique for a truly unique shopping experience.
Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics are here for you now during COVID-19 like we've always been at our clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. And now, through our virtual care clinic, have a live video chat with your local provider. Ask questions, get a diagnosis, and even get medication prescribed while using your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Also available for behavioral health needs and physical and occupational therapies. Visit hmhospital.org or simply call either of the Hamilton Memorial Clinic locations.
John's Butcher Block in downtown Fairfield remains committed to their community. They will continue to open their doors for you as long as they can during this coronavirus outbreak. It is business as usual. Thank you for supporting them as they support you. Hashtag, we are all in this together. John's Butcher Block accepts cash, check, and all major credit cards and Link Card. They are located across from the Fairfield City Hall.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Texas Governor George Bush announced he was running for president? So did Vice President Al Gore. After 11 weeks of being bombed by NATO, Serbia withdrew from Kosovo. A disputed triple overtime goal from Brett Hull won the Stanley Cup for the Dallas Stars. San Antonio blew out the Knicks for the NBA championship. Payne Stewart rolled in a 15-footer on the final hole to win the U.S. Open by one shot. At the Belmont, long shot Lemon Drop Kid spoiled the Triple Crown bid of Charismatic. And here's what your radio is playing.
It's not right, but it's okay. Almost doesn't count. I will remember you. Was I out of my head? I know that I've seen better days. If you had my love, and sometimes I run. She likes me for me. I want it now. Wild West, Jim West. That don't impress me much.
Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
June 1999. Hey now, you're an all-star.
Smash Mouth and All Star, the top song of June 1999. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
Complete HVAC is concerned about your indoor air quality, so they are offering for a limited time a high-efficiency media filter cabinet, $120 value free of charge when you purchase a Carrier Complete system, furnace with AC or heat pump. The filter has an exceptionally large surface area which traps airborne pollutants and irritants regardless of the season and provides a cleaner, fresher air. Turn to the experts at Complete HVAC, your Carrier dealer in Albion. Call Stu or Sam at 618-445-3329 today for a free estimate.
How do you take the 2020 census? You'll have the opportunity to respond online, by phone, or by mail. Federal law keeps your responses safe, so take your 2020 census with peace of mind. Learn more at 2020census.gov. This message brought to you by the Wayne County Health Department.
Let us keep you company from 5:36 to 6 each weekday morning. I'm Rita Frazier.
I'm DeLoss Yankee.
And we lead the RFD Radio Network team.
Give us 23 minutes every morning, and we will share the latest farm and agriculture news that could affect your life as a farmer, agribusiness professional, school board member, or landowner.
We're not sure what you're doing at 5:36 each morning.
Yeah, we're not sure we want to know.
Whether you're in the barn, cab, truck, or shower, or on the treadmill, tune in to this station and let us do the work for you, bringing you the news that you need for the day.
Join us here on your favorite local radio station every weekday morning. Stay tuned in throughout the day.
Local radio is still the best way to stay connected to your community.
Carnaby is taking appointments or allowing 3 customers in at a time. Your safety is important to the Carnaby girls. New multiples and Charlie B have arrived. Stream Carnaby's Facebook page or check out their window. At Carnaby, they love personally assisting you. Curb, ship, or by appointment. Call 842-7318 for a one-on-one shopping experience. We're all in this together. Don't forget to join Christy on Facebook for Walkthrough Wednesdays, live at 9:30 a.m. Stay safe and be smart.
Man. Oh. We're back on Morning Coffee. Mercy.
Oh, if you could only hear the conversations between segments of the show.
Let me just say a couple things before we get in. So, by the way, this is the Carnaby Square. Question of the day. Carnaby Square is the fashion leader, gentlemen, in downtown Fairfield for the last 40 years.
We have more details on that fire this morning on Southeast 7th Street.
Let me just say...
But we're not going to give them to you.
Well, no. Let me just give you... there's been an arrest. Okay.
All right.
That's coming up at 12:15, our newscast. There was a slight injury, so the press release from the fire department did not include that. This is a fascinating story, and we're getting the details now. Jeff Vaughn in our newsroom, and he will have them for you during the 12:15 news. You need to never miss a newscast here in the next few days because things are just going crazy here.
It's an ever-evolving animal here, news-wise.
And I just got
County.
word that longtime Sisney coach Garland Keck passed away yesterday.
He was a fixture in North Wayne sports there for many years.
30 plus, I think.
Certainly impacted a lot of young lives. Good man.
Garland Keck.
Good man.
All right, let's get to the question of the day. You put this out over.
You knocked it out of the park.
You really did. And we need to talk about the premise. If an FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine shot became available tomorrow, would you take it? Where was your brain when you asked that question?
If you have been on Facebook, there is, every post. Well, Bill Gates is trying to chip everybody and all this, and it's the mark of the devil. That's your opinion. You're entitled to that. But I thought, I'm not going to take this ever. And I thought, that'd be interesting to see how many people would take it.
Let me just tell you, my father had polio. Mm-hmm. The Salk vaccine came out about 2 months after he got polio. I think he would have gladly taken one of the first vaccines
doses?
just because of how it was in 1952, 1953 when it came to polio. What about you?
I don't know that I'd take it.
I
took
don't think
a
I'd
flu
take
shot
it.
one time.
I don't think I'd take it immediately.
And I probably caught the flu. So.
Well, my wife, I had to take her to the Mayo Clinic after she had a flu shot. She doesn't take flu shots now.
Yeah.
It was a really bad reaction for her. Well, anyway, we had 500 votes. 76% of the people said they would not take that shot. 76%. Wow.
And maybe a lot of them are like me. I wouldn't do it immediately. I'm going to give it a little time.
Yeah, so they can work out the kinks.
Mark says, I'll never be chipped for tracking.
We want the COVID-19 series 005
yes.
or 6.
You want it after it's evolved and they've found all of the... You want the aftermarket.
Yeah.
Okay. Stacy says, nope, not going to be interested. Angela says, no, I'd rather develop natural antibodies by contracting it and staying in isolation for 14 days. I don't think I want to contract it and find out whether or not it's going to be... I don't want to build my antibodies that way.
You may get it, and it may not be a stay-home thing. It may be in there with a tube down your lungs, breathing for you.
Shirley says, I don't believe it would be approved that quickly. Well, we're saying
this
it was approved.
This is an if it happened.
Tommy says the percentage of no votes is alarming.
Agree.
I would
think
agree.
It is too, yeah.
Brandy says, no way. It hasn't been researched or tested long enough. And Amy says, I'd rather have COVID. That's an interesting answer. Wouldn't you agree? Gee whiz. Well, gentlemen, let's just take for a moment. My goodness. We're half an hour into the show. We've talked about the things that are going on when it comes to the virus in Fairfield. We've talked about a very strange fire that occurred overnight. A bizarre fire that we'll have more details coming up at 12:15.
It's getting bizarrer by the minute.
The city council kind of got buried.
Yeah, and that's a big story.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, so because they're reaching into their pocketbooks, they're going to try to do what everybody believes. I believe it should be done, and that is you got to help the small businesses in this town. They're not going to be here if we stay.
And one alderman mentioned, he said, are we going to deplete the fund? So what if we do? You have to take care of the existing businesses in Fairfield.
They depleted the TIF fund pretty quickly.
Right. So last night, I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
And I see one of these promos come on with the stars. The last words are, stay safe, and then
healthy,
stay home.
Right.
And then the very next commercial runs, and it's, we need to support our small businesses. So buy local from your small businesses. Get out and buy local.
Yep.
I'm thinking,
and then go back home.
Okay, that's a little bit of a,
I don't know.
We've been doing that. We really have.
Yeah.
We eat a lot at home, but we have a rotation almost.
Yeah,
and
we do too.
And I know that Carol on Saturdays and after work is going to the open stores that she can find, so that we can do something there.
And that's what we're doing. The same thing. I mean, we see, we try and find, maybe it's not every day, but when we do eat out or call out for takeout, we're finding locally owned businesses that we that we go get takeout.
I had a conversation yesterday, a very interesting conversation. I won't identify the minister, and it's not our minister, my minister that I was talking to. But the struggle that the ministers are having right now in trying to figure out whether or not they should reopen and how they should reopen, when they should reopen.
Isn't there a move afoot? I saw something yesterday. Isn't there a move afoot by several churches in downstate Illinois that are planning to reopen this
Sunday?
Sunday?
I'll just tell you, I know there was a meeting last night, some ministers in Fairfield, to be able to talk about that very topic as to whether or not they're ready. Ken, you're an elder in the church. What's your thoughts?
We had a meeting last week, and of course, the Methodist Church, we answer, I want to say to a higher power, but we have the corporate Methodist Church. I mean,
you got a bishop.
Yeah, we got a bishop, and he has released it, and it pretty much mirrors what the governor said, and I understand that. That's to be expected. But another article that I was privy to is the Illinois trial lawyers said if you open up against the will of the law or sound judgment and somebody gets COVID-19 in your sanctuary, we're going to sue you.
Yeah.
Well, what about insurance?
And insurance may not be valid either. So there's other little
nuances.
tidbits, yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Now,
but they're telling us that we may not be able to have a choir for 2 years because you expectorate more liquid. Like that. And I don't know if you know our church, but our choir is the cornerstone of our ministry.
Well,
and
the choir is just about the cornerstone in every church.
Well, I'm just going to say it's the only choir I know that's as active.
I don't know of any other choir in Fairfield.
Yeah.
It's just outstanding. But I don't. From what I've seen, I don't see us meeting in that church this year.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, just think about that. Of course, everybody has gone to the Facebook Live or
Now, I know CP had a drive-in service last
I was
Sunday
going to say
that was pretty cool.
I've seen several churches that have had drive-through services.
This is
I
think they parked.
NYOC.
They're out on the street
downtown. Their band is playing out on the street, and you can just drive up.
And they've had a complaint because they were blocking the sidewalk.
Really?
Really?
Oh, my.
Seriously?
Yeah. Some people were talking about that.
Let me just broach another subject real fast.
People that complain about things.
No, it's beyond that. It goes
Okay.
from. Everybody's so pissy right now. Everybody is so. I don't.
It's like a powder keg almost. I mean, it's
I know
just
I can't
one
say
spark, man. It's just.
We have got to get past this, and I mean, we have a common enemy. It's this disease. We need to get past liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat. I'll take the vaccine. I won't take the vaccine, and help our neighbor, help our local businesses, and pray for these people that have got this disease.
Well said.
Exactly.
We got to get past it.
Amen. Well said. Very
Exactly.
nice. Yeah.
And stop firing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We got to pull together.
And a lot of folks, the conspiracy theorist type people, are going to look at that and go, well, that's what they want. They want you to fight each other.
Yeah. It's
Well,
amazing.
regardless of whether they want you to fight each other or not, come together.
All right. So I think we've dealt with all of the serious stuff here. You got some. Oh, wait a minute. I tell you what I didn't do.
I'm still reeling from the news yesterday about Pop-Tart ice cream.
Well,
I'm
didn't
reeling.
Well,
I got to
I
tell
didn't
you.
tell you
I've got some other candy-related news.
for a moment. I didn't tell you about our.
But
friend-
first,
I didn't tell you about Brian Reitnauer.
because we're in this hour-long infomercial we call Morning Coffee.
That's right.
If
Brian's
you order now, we'll tell you about.
Brian Reitnauer, HVAC, the guy that put in
right.
Ken Odie's heating and air conditioning unit here in Fairfield. He takes care of Wayne County, Edwards County. Takes care of Hamilton County. He takes care of the whole area, 24-hour service. If you have problems with your HVAC, your heating and air conditioning, he also would be more than happy to take a look at your old units to see whether or not he can find some more efficiency in some new units. You want to give him a call, go right ahead. Brian Reitnauer, HVAC. I know I'd recommend him, and all you have to do is mention to him that you heard about it on Morning Coffee, and I guarantee you, he'll get over here and he'll take care of you. Brian Reitnauer, HVAC. You got something to share with us?
Well, dum-dums have been in the
Dum-dums.
news. You know, the little suckers. You know,
Suckers.
you get at the bank or
Yeah.
whatever. Something I
Is that
didn't
what they're
know they
called?
had.
Dum-dums?
Yeah. I didn't know they had. Dum-Dums Lollipops are suspending their Save Wraps prize program at the end of May after nearly 70 years of accepting envelopes bursting with wrappers in exchange for toy cars and keychains and baseballs and things like that. I didn't know they had such a program.
I didn't either.
Yeah. The program has actually taken a few of these breaks before and may return again. But for now, they are taking this time to focus on new flavors of Dum-Dums, like a limited edition Hawaiian Punch Lollipop.
Hawaiian Punch.
Being released this summer.
Ooh.
How about a Dum-Dum with the flavor of
Highlander Grog, we know.
Or about Natural Light.
Yep.
This is datelined St. Louis. Get
Dum-Dum
paid.
with natural light, natty light flavor.
Yeah.
Less filling.
That tastes great. Oh, that's the wrong one.
You can get paid to taste beer in St. Louis.
Yeah.
You can. Anheuser-Busch. Job pays $40 an hour. I wonder how many hours? I wonder how many hours you can put in, and who wheels you home.
No,
after
you
it's
can do
over
it at
with?
home, can't you?
Pays $40
Or
an
can
hour.
you?
Yeah, you can work at home. Yes, you can. You're right. You've looked into this, haven't you?
I have. No, I haven't.
Natural
This
Light
is the
is-
first I've heard. I saw it earlier.
Natural Light is hiring a summer intern to help create its next big drink. The company launched Natural Light Natural Days last year, which became the new #1 top beer in 2019. It's also joined the hard seltzer craze. Have you had a seltzer before?
You know what? I have.
I've had one too.
What do you think?
Not bad.
Nah, it's okay.
You can leave it, huh?
I don't like these foo-foo.
Just give me my alcohol.
I'm basically a bourbon and beer guy.
Don't seltzer it for
Oh, man. You know, I'm going to tell you this story.
me. Okay.
And it just as well could have happened here this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything else has.
A Hawthorne, Florida landlord is under arrest for arson after getting into an argument with her tenant over a missing towel.
Ooh.
You're right. It could have happened here.
The tenant told police the fire started about 20 minutes after she got into an argument with Robin Hamilton over a missing towel with sentimental value. Hamilton was said to be drunk when she threatened to burn out the tenant. She was arrested after video surfaced of her bending down beside the house and then running away.
Wow. Again, don't miss the 12:15
That's right.
news
You don't want to miss it.
because we got a press release just in the last few minutes from the Fairfield Police Department. There has been
An
an
arrest
arrest
made, yeah.
involved in that fire that occurred this morning on
Southeast 7th.
man. Yeah,
I drove
Talk
by
about
there
crazy.
this morning. There is not much left. It's a brick home,
right?
but
and it completely
that's about all that's left.
Well, you know
Judging
what?
by the video and the flames shooting out of the roof of that house, I'm surprised anything is left.
Yeah.
I'm sure that firefighters got there as fast as
Yeah.
they could.
Oh, they
They got to stop on it.
It did
Right
but
now,
with
I mean, it's-
with the amount of flames that were shooting out of that roof.
And the video goes on for about, it was Donna Masterson. Thank you, Donna, for
Yeah.
sending that to us. We put it on our Facebook page. That's 30 seconds, and that's before anybody gets there. She's just she's in the neighborhood and can see the ball of flames coming out. By the way, an 18-year-old Canadian facing a speeding ticket in Ontario. Police say that Noah Lasuri was stopped in his father's car after a radar gun caught him doing 191 miles an hour.
Wow.
How do you get a car? What kind of a car
is that? Yeah.
It doesn't say. But don't NASCAR cars go just over the 200 miles an hour in excess?
I don't think they even go that fast anymore.
I think a real fast NASCAR car or an Indy car is somewhere in the 220 range.
For qualifying, but I think racing, I think it's well off that. But man, that's
rate was 3 times the legal limit on that highway. Well,
there may be airplanes that don't go that fast.
Was that miles per hour or kilometers?
It says 191 miles per hour.
Wow.
The vehicle was towed away much slower.
Yeah.
Teen's driver's license has
How'd they
also been
catch you?
suspended.
That's what I want to know.
Ontario Highway Safety Division said the incident could have resulted in one of the worst crashes ever seen.
Yeah.
If he had lost control. 191. I'd like to know. That's not your basic Ford, Chevy, Chrysler. I don't believe.
It may have been one of those, those what is it, Hellcat?
Yeah, they're probably
Dodge
capable of
Hellcats
that.
or something like that.
Hey, by the way, when do we talk to Sheldon next?
That would be Thursday. Tomorrow.
Don't forget, Dave Rick bought a vehicle from him yesterday.
To get a free bag of onions with it?
No, the onions are gone.
The onions are gone. They sold out.
Glad I got mine.
Dave's getting him a chariot for his girlfriend. I'm telling you. Monday, we'll tell you who the girlfriend is.
All right.
Monday.
I saw a picture.
I got trivia.
I saw a picture. Not too shabby.
Well.
And she was a little upset yesterday because I made some cracks about her teeth.
Yeah.
She has cracked teeth?
No. I questioned when I heard Dave had somebody whether or not she had teeth. I'm just saying, those were mighty fine teeth. There you go.
All right.
I inspected her jaw.
Trivia today is from the great years of 1974 and 1975.
All right.
That's my senior year in high school.
Okay, number 1. After a record 84 days in orbit, who returned to Earth?
1974, 70.
Number 2. People magazine's first issue is released in the United States with whose picture on the cover?
On which of that?
People magazine.
People magazine. Okay.
Number 3. Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth for the all-time home run record with his 714th at what stadium?
Well,
I think I know that one.
Number 4. Who publishes Carrie, his first novel?
I know that one.
Number 5. The Turkish invasion of what country occurs?
Turkish invasion of what country?
Number 6. President Richard Nixon announces his what?
I know that.
Number 7. In a rare public performance, former Beatle John Lennon joins Elton John where?
I think I know that one.
Number 8. PepsiCo becomes the first American company to sell products where?
Oh, I know.
I know that
Number
one.
9. Construction of what pipeline system begins?
I know that one.
Number 10. In Detroit, who is reported missing?
Oh, I know.
Oh,
that.
yeah, we got that
I
one.
got that
Yeah.
Then I got a couple of bonus ones if we get through those.
All right.
Wasn't he buried in Giant Stadium?
Yeah, in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was under one of the pillars.
I'm just going to tell you something. Isn't it amazing? I should know. That's my senior year in high school. It just shows.
A couple of them were tough.
Yeah, but I must have taken one too many hits in football because I don't know many of these. Okay, that's pretty clear, isn't
One
it?
too many hits in football, or
I wasn't on the grog then. We'll be back with more morning coffee after this.
During this troubling time, we at the CRHBC Fairfield Community Health Center, along with the CRHBC Albion Community Health Center, want you to know that we are open and ready to serve you. To keep patients safe and healthy, our clinic is making every effort to see well patients in the morning and sick patients in the afternoon. Are you unable to come in? Not a problem. We can offer virtual visits by telephone or through our telehealth network. Call us today at 1-800-408-7351.
To decrease the spread of COVID-19, the CDC recommends wearing a face mask while going out in public for essentials. To encourage people to wear a face mask to help slow the spread of the virus, we want you to show us your innovative masks for a chance to win $100 from TOC Direct Media. Submit your photos to WFIWradio.com and vote on your favorite picture once per hour. Full contest details can be found at WFIWradio.com.
It's the quite simple, we beat everyone's price giant super sale you've been waiting for at J. Wilderman Ford Chrysler Dodge Ram in Mount Carmel. Up to $10,001 off new Journey, $10,001 off new 300, and $13,001 off new F-150s. We are saving you every dollar we can. Over 300 pre-owned vehicles available. Over 70 vehicles, $79 to $199 per month with approved credit. See all the bargains at jwildermanautoplex.com. Stop by for a friendly buying experience. We appreciate your business.
When you think of everyday great deals on love seats, recliners, and sectionals, you need to think of Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center has some of the best deals in the area, and they have them every day. Shop Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center. They'll treat you right. Here's what's going on Saturday, May the 16th. Hope Ministries Food Pantry in Jeff will be distributing food Saturday, May 16th, beginning at 9 a.m. They will be doing a drive-through distribution, and they are asking everyone to remain in their vehicles. And we have heard from FCHS Superintendent Jill Fulkerson. Tentative graduation date for FCHS seniors has been set. It is tentative right now as June 19th. There will be some sort of graduation ceremony and then possibly a prom of some sort on June the 20th. Stay tuned to WFIW WOKZ, and as details on either of those events come to light, we will pass them along to you.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Your Classic Hits Fairfield area weather forecast calling for showers today with a high 60. 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, low 57. A 30% chance tomorrow with a high near 80. The outlook for Friday, 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 75. And Saturday and Sunday, showers and possibly a thunderstorm both days, highs in the mid to upper 70s both days. Overnight low 47, yesterday's high 58. 9/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Fairfield overnight and early this morning. Currently, humidity is at 100%, winds out of the east at 8 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.22. Cloudy skies right now. We've got 38 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather showing some light showers moving through the area going off to the northeast. I want to thank a few more of our fine sponsors staying strong. They include Community First Bank of the Heartland, A&D Auto Parts, and Fairfield Memorial Hospital.
We're back. A couple things I want to remind you about. There's no better way to show pride in your graduate than by purchasing a spot on WFIWradio.com's Salute to the Class of 2020. Last month, over 54,000 people logged into our website to get information. Give them the chance to see your pride in your graduate. Just click on the tile on our WFIWradio.com page, upload a picture of your graduate with important information honoring them for their accomplishments, starting the class of 2020, and we're saluting them at WFIWradio.com. And one other thing, you're going to be covering the county board meeting tomorrow, Ken?
Yes. Yep, in person.
Live and in person?
In person.
They're not going to do it on the phone.
Upstairs courtroom.
Oh, so that way they can separate.
Yeah.
So it's going to be live. Is there anything stunning about their agenda?
Sure, I don't think so. No.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some formalities, and I think that's about it. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Numbered up, ready to go. Number 1. After a record 84 days in orbit, who returned to Earth? This is not a person. This is a...
How about the one of the...
Actually, it is a person. It's more than one person.
Right, it'd be a crew.
Correct.
It's like the Challenger, or like the what was it? The Space Shuttle.
No. Skylab 4 is correct.
Skylab. Oh.
Number 2, People magazine's first issue is released in the United States with whose picture on the cover?
74, 75. I'm going to say Burt Reynolds.
No.
Good heavens. He's right.
Was Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow.
Man.
Yeah, I
Did
no
he see
clue.
this?
This guy here,
I'll tell you.
I don't. Were you born?
No.
He wasn't born. This is we're talking the Bobcat out here, the news guy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, number 3, Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth for the all-time home run record with his 714th home run at what stadium?
Was it Atlanta Fulton County Stadium?
No.
It wasn't.
No.
I'm going to say since that would have been after a road trip. The last stop on a road trip to Atlanta, let me say it's going to be in New York.
No.
Cincinnati.
Correct.
Okay.
Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati.
Okay.
I thought it was in Atlanta.
I thought it was Atlanta, too.
I did, too.
Well, of course, 715 was.
Yeah.
715 was.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, 715.
Yeah.
Those guys running around.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. A trick question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tricked you into knowing. All right. Number 4, who publishes Carrie, his very first novel?
Stephen King.
Correct, Stephen King. Number 5, the Turkish invasion of what country occurs?
I'm going to say Hungary.
I'm going to go with Libya. Syria.
No.
Man.
No idea.
Jeff? Cyprus.
Well, there's a power.
Yep.
That's a country?
Cyprus.
Major military island.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right. Number 6, President Nixon announces his what?
Is his resignation.
Correct. In a rare public performance, former Beatle John Lennon joins Elton John where?
Either Madison Square Garden or Shea Stadium.
I'm going to say Buckingham Palace.
Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
Mark, very good. Very good. Number 8, PepsiCo becomes the first American company to sell products where?
USSR.
Correct. Soviet Union. Number 9, construction of what pipeline system begins?
The Alaskan Pipeline.
Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Correct. Number 10, in Detroit, who is reported missing?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Correct.
Yeah. What a great movie with Jack Nicholson. You ever seen that one?
I've not seen that one.
It is good.
It's a good one.
Got time for a couple more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
In Sacramento, California, Lynette Fromm attempts to assassinate who?
Gerald Ford. Squeaky Fromm. She was a
Correct.
member of the Manson.
She was the Manson, one of the Manson girls.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one? The Cincinnati Reds are defeated by what team in Game 6 off Carlton Fisk's 12th inning home run to cap off what many consider to be the best World Series game ever played?
No, they're wrong,
The
of course.
Boston Red Sox.
Boston.
Of course, they're wrong. The best
Game
baseball,
6 of the
Game
2011 World Series.
St. Louis Cardinals against the Texas Rangers. That's
Well,
the best game.
That may be the best 2.5 innings.
Well, they didn't play well in the first 7. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. I was listening. Was it last weekend we aired that on OKZ?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was glued to my radio.
I loved. Yes, well, not. Goodness gracious! A slight from the Cub fan.
Glued.
You know what? I threw him something today, didn't I?
You did.
You did.
I threw him that they had.
Chance
I
Emerson
wasn't
Tinker.
dissing. I just said I was glued to my radio.
I'm just
the Cardinals.
Is that because you just got a fancy glue pot and you accidentally glued your hand to your radio?
All right, so let's just for a moment. We got a second. What do we expect?
How do you don't have enough time to recap?
How do
No.
we expect? What's
Always.
going to happen today? What's going to happen today in our next few days here?
All you do is
let's
just gotta
pray.
you got to
let's-
listen.
Let's pray that nothing happens.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing
Okay.
majorly bad happens.
And please be nice to everybody.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Good
idea.
heavens.
Not a
Come
bad
on.
idea at all. That's Ken Odie. Thank you for joining us, Ken. Always. We see you on
My
Wednesdays.
pleasure.
And go to that county board meeting and distance, please, would you? We'll be back tomorrow morning right here on Morning Coffee. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW. the proud voice of the Fairfield Mules and the leader in southeastern Illinois sports. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, 104.9.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. Stop by for a rest test. 20 mattresses on display. Try their adjustable beds for maximum comfort.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's former campaign manager Paul Manafort is released from prison because of coronavirus